Oh, hello. Tonight we're going to do a peanut butter hoisin noodle dish. It has chicken, it has vegetables. This is a great dish to also adapt and use whatever you need to use up in the fridge, vegetable-wise. You can change it around. We did a little prep before this video started, just so everything can go smoother and cook better and I'm not being too easily distracted. First things first is I'm making this for 6 people, so it's a little bit big. I've done, so you can always half this recipe. I pre-cooked for about 2 minutes some ramen noodles. Just took them out of a regular ramen noodle package. Didn't use the sauce packet with it. Cooked these for about 2 minutes here. And I'll be using those in there. I've just set them to the side. It's okay, you don't have to worry about it. And then I also cooked some green beans I'm going to add to it. So I'm not relying on them being in there because being as firm as people like, so they're a little more cooked. I just blanched them in the same water before I did the pasta or the ramen. I put these bad boys in there and then put them into an ice water bath to shock them and freeze them. So we've let this pan get a bit warm. You can feel it. You can feel it if your pan's warm. And I'm going to add 1 small red and 1 small yellow green or bell pepper in, and we're just going to start cooking that and letting that saute as our first step here. Ooh, the red's going in anyways. The peppers take a little longer than the onion to cook, so we're going to get those in there and get them soft before we do anything else. Just having them coat there. One little trick I've learned over the years is to get your vegetables to release a little more moisture and cook just a hair faster if you're in a hurry. It's just a sprinkle of salt across them. It pulls out the moisture and just makes them cook just all that little bit faster, so which is always nice. While we're waiting for those to cook down and to do our onions, we're going to do our sauce. In this bowl, pardon me, we already have 2 tablespoons of honey, and we're going to add in a 1/2 cup of creamy peanut butter. Use whatever type of peanut butter you like. I'm just using sort of a one we had around the house, creamy type. And you know what? Honestly, if you like the chunky, you want crunchy, go ahead and add that. You know, we'll just add a little different texture. We got that in there. Put this over here. We're going to use that spatula to stir everybody. Then I've got a 1/2 cup of hoisin sauce. I just use whatever brand's there. This is a good brand here, but you can use whatever is your favorite brand of hoisin. There are recipes to make it on your own, but not a big deal to buy it pre-made. We're going to get that out there. It's going to have a very peanutty flavor. Hoisin already has a bit of a peanutty flavor, so this just doubles up on that. We'll give our vegetables there a quick stir. Next, I've got a 1.5 cups of tamari soy sauce. Now, if you run low on tamari, you can always do a little bit of regular soy sauce with some mirin. I would do it about a 5-to-1 ratio, so for 1/2 cup, that's 4 ounces. Let's make that easy. You know, I'd probably do about 1/2 ounce of the mirin, and the rest would be the soy sauce. So we're going to put that in there. And then last, to sort of balance everything and give it some extra flavor, I have, and I'm going to butcher this, Korean gochujang sauce, which is a spicy, it's used in bibimbap and some other dishes. So I'm adding about a tablespoon. Remember, with any heat source, any spice, you could always add more. You just can't take it away. Here. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but I did use a total with the tamari. I used about a 1/2 cup there. So we have it all in there. And we're going to get a whisk here. And give everybody a quick stir. And then I'm going to taste it and see if it needs anything. Because, again, this is one of the sauces that really works well if you do everything and the sauce is at a good place before it's added in. Our peppers are sizzling away there, you can hear. There. And again, if you're not making it for that many people, you can either reduce this or you can keep the sauce and just put it over another set of noodles another time. We're going to give it a quick whisk till it's all mixed together. There. It's going to get a very light brown color. It's going to seem very viscous, which is really nice, what you want here. There. It's almost going to have a consistency sort of like peanut, or, sorry, almost like pancake batter when it's ready to go. Now, to know when I put my onions in, I've got one small onion thinly sliced, and by that I mean, we're talking very thin there, onions. We're going to add them in about the time my bell peppers, they're getting fragrant, and I just want to see a little bit of brown appear on them. Oops, somebody's escaping the pan there. Oops, can't see that, can you? So, you can see they're getting fragrant. There is a little bit of color on them, but not yet. So, it'll probably be about another minute or so till they're ready. There. So, now our sauce is there, so let's just give that a quick taste. See where it's at. See if it needs anything. I think it's really good right there. It's got a great umami flavor. Both the peanut butter, the hoisin, the soy sauce. So, if you think it's too salty or anything, you can always add a little bit of lemon juice. But I like where it's at right now. And I think it's going to dilute a little bit as it gets in with the vegetables and the green beans and noodles. Everything is going to balance that flavor out just a little bit more. So, you know, I think I am, though, going to up this. The gochujang sauce. I'm going to add a couple more teaspoons there, just because a little more heat. So, we'll add one, two more teaspoons in there. Just get a little more heat and counter that sweetness I'm getting there. It is there is a bit of a strong sweet aftertaste. There. Stir. Oh, yeah. Right where you want. Okay. So, now we're adding in our, let's move that bad boy over here. Now we're adding our onion, and I'm going to give it a quick stir to combine. Just get a little oil on everyone. Make sure they cook down. And then you're just going to cook it until your onions start to get brown and just a little bit translucent. Brown and a little bit translucent there. Fortunately, my knife seems to have been... My knife cuts are terrible today. I apologize for that. Peppers are sticking together. There we go. We'll let that sit for about another minute or so. Get it cooking. Now, one thing with this is that sometimes with Asian dishes I've learned you can get a little too salty. If you ever do that, lemon is one of your friends. Lemon can pull a little bit of that saltiness out and counter it. So don't be afraid to use a little lemon juice if you think it's a little too salty for you. I like salt. I did the 20 ancestry and they said I have a preference for salty snacks, which was not a surprise at all in the house. The fact that the joke in here that I'll say stuff needs salt, but you know what? I think a lot of stuff does. I think a lot of food is undersalted. So I tend to be a little heavy-handed with the salt. I've taken the Amberelle route when it comes to my pasta water. Your pasta water should taste like the sea, and that means it's properly salted. So that's actually a good one. We should probably make some homemade pasta at some point. We have a pasta roll. I've done that. Alright, so my onions are getting soft there and they're looking good. So next thing is we are going to add in, we've got about 1.5 pounds of cooked chicken here. I've cut it long way. This is pre-cooked. If you were going to be using a raw chicken, you probably want to do about 2 pounds uncooked, because it will lose that weight there and that moisture. So we're going to put those in, just get a little heat, get them stirred up. Alright, I'm going to bring in, caught that bad boy, he wanted to go sliding. There, we're just getting the chicken warmed back up. If it looks like stuff's dry, you can always add just a little bit more oil to loosen everything up. I'm going to be right back, just got to do one quick thing and we'll keep going. Okay, so we're back, and our chicken has been heated up, and it's getting nice here. What we're going to do is then we're going to add in our green beans here. Have everybody in the pot. And then I'm actually going to transfer it to a bigger pot so everybody can sort of get covered by the sauce. And then we'll mix it with the noodles there. Oh, I turned that one boiling. So we're going to put it into this nice big pot here. There, just give everyone a little more room. Chicken's pre-cooked, so it did stick a little. I probably should add a little more oil. So learn from my mistake. I unfortunately don't have the budget to do 50 takes. I'm going to move this back over to our current hot one here. Alright, so we have our sauce all ready there. I think it tastes really, really good. So we're going to put that on here. Now it's a thick sauce, and it will loosen up a bit. There. When it goes in. Oh, it does not want to come out today. Pardon me, I'm going to go get a quick spatula here and just give it a quick... Get all that goodness out. You can hear it sizzling there. That's the sauce starting to cook down and everything coming out. And oh, it smells so good. I can smell it already. Alright, and then we're going to turn our heat down just a hair as well. We're going to turn it down to low. There. And we're going to add about half a cup of water, and that's just going to let the sauce dilute just a hair, and it's going to give everybody a chance to stir around and get flavored and sauced. There we go. You can hear the sizzle sort of stopped, which is normal. And this just makes it easier to coat everything, and most of this water is going to either get absorbed a bit by the noodles, because we did undercook them just a bit. Usually you want to do about 3 to 4 minutes on ramen noodles, if you're just going to have them as ramen soup. But in this case, since we are doing it like this, and we're doing it with the noodles, we did them under so they will cook just a bit more. And then next, we're going to add in, ooh, they sort of stuck together. Get those bad boys in there, sort of break them up as they go in, and we'll give it a stir. And have everyone looking good there. We'll get this guy out, and we're going to use our nice old noodle spoon to stir up and give everyone their flavor. So come back once we get that all stirred up and show you the finished product and how I played it. Ooh, little splash there. So be right back. Alright, so we're back and I've got it all stirred up. If you do find your sauce is starting to stick on the bottom or it's not getting distributed, you can always add just a little more water. It helps with your noodles. And then I just finish it with a little bit of diced green onion there. And enjoy!